What if the one thing standing between you and everything you want isn't more power? It's knowing which power to use first.
Today, we're breaking down the principle that puts every other power you have in its right order. The principle of guidance. Stick around, because by the end of this, you will know exactly how to use it. Welcome to the Above and Beyond Affiliate Marketing Podcast. We are continuing our journey with the Hidden Power series, episode 12, phase 7, the principle of guidance. I am your host, Jason Reiland, and always with me is Sophia. She's here to ask the hard questions.
Hey everybody, I'm Sophia. I'll be right here with you the whole way through, asking the questions I know you're already thinking. Let's get into it, Jay. Jay, before we get into today, I want to take everyone back to episode 11 for a second. We landed on something huge. Completeness. Nobody's more, nobody's less. Every one of us is a full, equal, necessary part of a perfect whole.
Right. And the second people actually believe that about themselves, really believe it, the next question always shows up. Okay, so now what? If I'm already whole, what do I do with that?
Which is exactly where phase 7 picks up.
Phase 7, the principle of guidance, and I'll tell you straight. If somebody asks me which spiritual principle matters most, this is one I would point to first. Not because it's bigger than the others. Every principle carries equal weight in the whole, but this one goes first in order. It's a principle that puts every other power you have into its right place, its right timing, its right relation to everything else.
So it's less like the most important piece, and more like the piece that tells all the other pieces where to go.
That's it exactly. Let's build this one piece at a time. So here's the thing you have to get. Guidance isn't more essential than your other gifts. Your drive, your creativity, your discipline, your voice. Every part of you is equally essential to the whole. But guidance is first in sequence. It's the part that takes all your other powers and lines them up in the right order.
Give me a picture for that.
Okay, think about a construction crew. You got the guy who pours the foundation. You got the electrician. You got the framer. You got the roofer. None of them is any more important than the others. The house doesn't stand without every one of them. But there's an order. You don't put a roof on before the foundation is poured. Guidance is the foreman. It doesn't do the work of the other trades. It just makes sure everybody shows up in the right order, doing the right job at the right time.
So without it,
you got a pile of good materials and no house. You got talent, you got hustle, you got ideas, and none of it lines up. Let's be honest, that's most people's businesses today. It's not a shortage of power. It's a shortage of order.
Okay, so if guidance is the foreman, where do I find him? Is this something I'm waiting on from outside myself? A sign, a feeling, somebody telling me what to do?
This is the part that trips people up, Sophia, so listen close. When we talk about superior intelligence guiding you, that doesn't mean something out there separate from you that you're waiting on. The truth is, it's the exact opposite. It's the innermost spring of your own being. It's not above you looking down. It's in you looking out.
That changes everything about how you'd wait for it.
It does. Because once you trust that spring inside you, instead of scanning the horizon for a sign, something happens. You get firmness. You get assurance. You stop hesitating on your own plans because the confidence isn't borrowed from outside anymore. It's yours. And that confidence, that firmness itself, is half the reason your plans succeed in the first place.
So the waiting for a sign thing, that's actually working against you.
Every time, Sophia. You don't need a burning bush. You need to trust the spring that's already flowing. Now, here's where it gets practical, and honestly, a little dangerous if you skip this part.
Dangerous how?
The way these powers show up in your life follows the order you set with your thinking. Your realization follows your desire in the order you put your desire in. So, if you neglect guidance, if you skip the paths, the foreman, and just start grabbing tools, you start waking up real power inside you, real ability, but you won't know where to point it at.
That sounds like it could go really wrong.
Well, it can. Picture someone who suddenly gets access to real influence, real money, real capability, before they've even done their inner work to know what any of it's for. Without something worthy in front of them, they'll waste all that power on small stuff, petty stuff. Whatever their narrow, unlit up thinking points them toward in the moment. That's how you get people with real talent and real resources who still end up nowhere. Because power without understanding just burns fuel with no destination.
That's why the old teaching says,
with all thy getting understanding. Before you get power, get understanding. Every time.
So what if someone's already feeling this? These powers starting to stir and they don't feel ready?
Here's the truth. Ready or not, that awakening is coming. It's not optional. You're going to start using these interior powers whether you understand the laws behind them or not. Same as your body. You've been using your muscles. You've been using your nervous system. You've been using your lungs your whole life. You didn't need a biology degree first. Interior powers are just as natural as exterior ones.
So the question isn't if they show up.
It's whether you're directing them or they're directing you. That's why guidance can't be an afterthought. It's not something you figure out later, once you've quote-unquote made it. You need sound principle of guidance in place before these higher faculties fully wake up in you. Otherwise, you're driving a car that's already moving, and you're just now reaching for the wheel. So this is where recognition is everything. This next one might be the whole episode in one line, Sophia. Everything. Everything depends on recognition.
Say more.
Thoughts are things. However, you will your thoughts to be, that's how the thing becomes. So if you decide on purpose to use that infinite spirit inside you as your guidance, you'll find that it is your guidance. Not because you talked yourself into something fake, because recognition is the mechanism. You're not discovering guidance like it's hiding from you. You're calling it to the role by recognizing it there.
And when you do that,
all your powers stop fighting each other. Think about a business owner running 5 directions at once. I've been there, guys. I've done this. Ads here, a funnel there, a new offer there, a rebrand, chasing every trend, and none of it's working. Because all that energy is neutralizing itself. It's canceling itself out. But the second guidance takes its rightful seat, all those powers line up in one direction, one aim. That's the difference between dispersion and unity. Same power, completely different results.
So how do we know we're actually plugged into guidance and not just convincing ourselves of what we want to hear?
Good question, because this is exactly where people fool themselves. Real guidance is the spirit of truth, not the spirit of, quote unquote, what I want to be true. It's a sincere desire to reach after what's actually real. And here's the order you can't invert without getting hurt. Truth first, power afterward. Every single time.
What happens if you flip it?
You get people chasing power, status, income before they've done the work of facing what's true about themselves and their situation. And it always costs them. And usually costs the people around them too. But keep the order right. Truth first. And your powers always find real, growing expression. Not fake growth. Not a highlight reel. Present reality, and it keeps expanding. Here's the last piece, and this is where we bring it home. The ideal is the real thing, but it's not shown to be real until it's brought into action. That's the whole point of everything we just walked through. It's not meant to stay in your head as a nice idea.
So understanding it isn't the finish line?
It's the starting line, Sophia. That man or woman of real power is the practical mystic. Somebody who realizes what's inside of them and then actually fits their outward action to match it. James said it plainest. Show your faith by your works. And the first step, the very first move, isn't complicated. It's simply this. Desire to be led. That's it. That's how you call guidance into your corner. You don't need a ceremony. You need a decision.
So if I'm hearing the whole arc right, guidance goes first, not because it's bigger, but because it puts everything else in order. It's already inside us. Desire has to come before power, or that power gets wasted. These faculties are waking up either way. Recognition is what actually activates it. Truth always has to come before power, and the whole thing only means something once you act on it.
That's phase 7, front to back. And listen, this isn't just spiritual theory for people building a business, a brand, or an affiliate income stream. This is the blueprint. Stop chasing every tactic before you let guidance put your powers in order. Trust the spring inside of you instead of waiting on a sign. Get understanding before you go after power. And when you actually finally act because you decided to be led, not because you're scared of missing out.
The truth is,
everything you want exists on the other side of fear. Guidance is how you walk through that door without stumbling.
Before you go, if this one gave you something real, do us a favor. Like it, subscribe, and share it with somebody who needs to hear this. It genuinely helps other like-minded people find their way to us.
And we want to hear from you too. Drop in a comment. Tell us, which of these 7 parts hit you the hardest so far? We read every one, and we like to share them with you on the air.
Grab the free 7-day mental diet journal, links in the description. It'll help you put this into practice this week, not just in your head.
So get prepared. Phase 8 is coming. And trust me, you don't want to miss this one either, because you're going to find out where this goes next. To the Above and Beyond Affiliate Marketing family, we will see you next time.
Bye-bye, everyone. Have a blessed week.